Good morning, afternoon, wherever you are. Good morning. Happy Tuesday, everyone. My dog just came in. Thank you for being here with me, and thank you for waiting for me. I know we're starting a little late today. So let's talk about, my name is Beth Osmer, if you're new to this channel, and I am the creator of the Spiritual Warrior Training Programs, which supports women in becoming their most empowered self by releasing their programming and past negative beliefs behind. Okay, so let's jump into the topic today, which is, are you ready to be seen? So I talk to a lot of people, and I talk to a lot of people all over the world. Now, people that are even when I was doing like one-on-one therapy, hypnosis type of work, I've heard this again and again and again, and I've experienced it myself, that people say they want to be seen. They want to be seen. So let's just talk about what that means. Now, there's a few different ways to be seen. One, when you are dating someone, or when you first start with someone, or you're with your partner and you feel, or your parents, someone close to you, and you feel like they get you, like they actually see you, and you feel seen from the inside out. It is an amazing feeling. And this is one thing, like, when with the narcissist empath relationship, it's actually one of the reasons why it is so prolific and like frequent, is because the empath wants to be seen, is holding so much from the world, and many empaths haven't learned how to navigate or manage their energy or have boundaries. And so when someone like narcissist, who's really good at honing in on that and really good at playing into that and is really good at locking in to help someone feel seen, because there's a whole manipulation game on the back end of it, the empath often falls for it, especially if you're unchecked. The empath falls for it. I've fallen for it multiple times because it felt so good to be seen. Because when I've been out in the world, the story I was in was that people didn't see me. So when you have someone locked in and they see you, it feels really, really good to be seen. Now, that's an example of like dysfunctional or out of balance, but there's so many lessons there and so many teachings around that relationship. But at the end of the day, what we were really seeking was wanting to be seen from the inside out. And there's so much going on in the world all of the time. And if you think about it, if we had an energetic X-ray, let's say we had an energetic X-ray to a party, like a party. Some at this party, some people are new friends, some people are old friends, and we got to look at energetically all of the projections and fears and judgments and energy exchanges that were going on. It would be literally mind-blowing at how much we're navigating. We're navigating our own projections. We're navigating our own judgments. We're navigating people's beliefs. We're navigating our own beliefs. So we're navigating so much. And in that navigation, what we all really want is to be seen. And we got to sometimes we got to go through all of those layers just to be seen. Now, let's talk about, so there's that way of being seen. And then let's talk about, which is all connected, so many people, especially people who are really wanting to, let me turn off my email, come out of the spiritual closet, or come out of whatever closet it is, like the art closet, the creative closet, the I want to be an entrepreneur closet, the whatever closet it is that you're in, because you're afraid to come out, because you're afraid of what people might think or say or do, and you want to be seen. And you want to be seen. So it's this twofold thing, and many people are holding back. I did it for a very long time, held back because as much as I wanted to be seen, I was afraid to be seen at the same time. Because what happens is, I don't know if you can relate to this or not, in the being seen, I used to have a story, and I've heard other people have the story that, but what if they see the real me? Like that the real me is flawed in some way. Or what if they see my imperfections, which we all have imperfections, but what if they see my imperfections? What if they see the real me? What if they see my flaws? And oftentimes that holds people back from being seen. I interviewed, I'm in the middle of a summit right now, interviewing a bunch of people for this online summit that's going to be launching on my birthday, April 10th. So if you're on my email list, you'll get an invite to sign up for this. And I'm interviewing people all around connection, and amazing speakers on here, like world class, amazing speakers. Like, I'm just like blown away at how many people said yes to being on this summit. So she helps people be seen. This woman, her name is Leilani Wells, that I was interviewing yesterday. She helps people be seen on social media. The people that want to have a business, that want to be seen or want to be an influencer, and she supports them in being seen. And the buzzword right now in the online space is vulnerability. Be vulnerable, be vulnerable, be vulnerable. And for many people, that like scares them, and they think that if I'm vulnerable, that means that I'm airing out all my dirty laundry online. It's not that. Being vulnerable, yes, you can talk about this and that, but I've also seen the flip side of that is people also just jump their drama online. That's not about vulnerability. Jumping your drama online is not vulnerability. Sharing an authentic story of where you were and what happened and where you are now and how you healed, that's vulnerability. And vulnerability is just literally showing up, allowing someone to see you, saying hello, allowing yourself to be seen. And here's what I'll say. If you have a story, and I still do too, around I'm afraid to be seen, I'm afraid people are going, whatever the story is underneath it, that's holding you back and keeping you small from being seen, it is worth looking at what's underneath that, because somewhere that is plugged into something from your past that got plugged in and it activated when you were younger or in a teenager or whenever it is. But going back and really getting really curious on when and why that started so that you can heal that part of yourself. When we hide and we're afraid of being seen, you often see people like divert. You try and look at someone in the eye, hello, how are you? And they're like this, they're afraid to be seen. They're shy. And you can be shy, but break through. You can be shy, but break through. Train yourself to allow yourself to be seen. Because when we do, we're saying to God, to ourselves, I'm okay just as I am. I have wisdom to share. I am okay just as I am. And learning that other people's projections or judgments have absolutely nothing to do with you. It feels like that, like it really feels like that, but it doesn't. They don't have anything to do with you. Any projection or judgment I have on another person very rarely has to do with that person. It's what they trigger inside of me. So when we begin to navigate all that and allow ourselves to be seen and don't give a shit about what people think, that's all matrixy stuff. And I know you know that, especially if you're watching this channel. All of that stuff, judgment, stickiness, fear, I'm afraid to do this, I'm afraid to be seen, that's all, it's just garbly stuff. And it feels really real. when you're in it. And here's what I'll say. Here's what I'll leave you with. It takes practice too. I had a business coach who, she always says, I built me. She's very successful, like $1 billion sales a year or something like that. She's very successful. But she always says, I built me. And what she meant by that, what she means by that is every step of the way, she stretched herself to go further. She got the training, she took the classes, she invested in herself. She learned how to speak. She learned how to be vulnerable. She learned all of those things. So it also takes a willingness. It takes practice. It takes the courage to absolutely go for it and do it. Let's say you want to speak on stages, or even if you want to speak in the world or just connect more with people in your neighborhood. It takes courage, because the connection, even, hello, neighbor, how are you? That's being seen. Hi, how are you? Oh, beautiful day we're having today, right? That is, you're both recognizing each other. You're both allowing each other to be seen. And it feels really good, those moments that you allow yourself real connection and allow yourself to be seen, and you see another person, it feels good. It feels really good. So wherever you are in the spectrum of, like, I want to be seen, and I want to share my gifts with the world, or you know what, I'm in this stage where I'm just ready to be seen and make more friends, and allow people in more, maybe inviting people over, seeing my home. So there's different levels, but each level takes courage. And I love, her name is Shanda, the business coach. When she said that, it was inspiring to me, because from someone myself who has come from extreme dysfunction and abuse, I had to, every step of the way, take a risk, be courageous, so that I could get to the place that I am now. And I'm not even close to being finished until I die. I'm not close. So it also is about taking risks, being courageous, and knowing that you are worth being seen. You're worth being seen in an intimate setting with your partners and the people around you. Many of us wear masks, and it's worth being seen out in the world. And I know that you know this if you're watching the Spiritual Warrior channel, or if you've been listening to me and you're attracted to this work, you know that the work does not end when we die. So whatever we don't do in this lifetime, we got to do it in the next one. And you are worth being seen. You have so many gifts. You have so many things to share with another person and people and yourself. So I'll leave this one story real quick. I used to be obsessed with elephants, like to the point where it was like neurotic, and unhealthy. Like I knew the names of almost every single elephant in all the zoos in the United States. And I know some elephants in Thailand too, because I haven't done it in a while, but I was very, very obsessed. And I related to them, because they should not be in zoos. They should not be in circuses. Absolutely not. They were very abused, but beautiful, beautiful animals. So there's this elephant sanctuary in Tennessee. And this woman, I think her name was Barbara. Now I don't remember. Barbara. She bought 2,700 acres of land. She used to have a circus elephant. This elephant's still there. She used to travel around the country with this elephant named Tara, and realized that she was being cruel. She's like, this is not good for her. We're traveling around in these like box cars, and she's performing tricks, and it's not good. So she bought this 2,700 acres in Tennessee and started an elephant sanctuary. And she rescued elephants from all over the country, from circuses and zoos that were too small. It's really cool. You can look it up. It's called the Elephant Sanctuary. So I was obsessed, and I wrote letters to her for 5 months so that I wanted to go volunteer there just for a day. Like, I wanted to be there so bad. She's very protective of them. She wouldn't let people, you're not allowed to like go gawk at them or anything like that. But after 5 months of writing, I was allowed one day to come and make food and like clean up the stall and things like that. One, that took courage. I had to allow myself to be seen and make noise. Like, if I got the first letter and no one responded to me, I kept going. I kept going. I kept writing letters. My vision of wanting to be with the elephants overcame my like fear of rejection and all that stuff. So finally I went out there and I met her, and she, she kind of like was like, "What are you doing here? What's your like, we had like kind of like a meeting, I guess." And like, she was curious. Let me tell you something. She was a bitch, like full blown bitch. Like, and like, I had, from afar, she was like a hero of mine. But in person, she was, I mean, I can't even describe her any other way but a bitch, and really unkind, and just asked me really weird questions. She was very socially awkward and kind of mean. But my point in sharing this story with you is her interpersonal skills with humans, you could tell with her staff and everything, it was not great. However, she had a vision to help these elephants. So she was out in the world being seen on national stages, international stages. She was a world-renowned elephant expert. She was vulnerable when she spoke about the elephants, and she allowed herself to be seen. And I could tell that it was very uncomfortable to be like, she was way more comfortable with animals than she was with people. So my point in sharing this with you is that even someone like her, who's like very difficult, I could tell, to be with people, it didn't matter. She did everything she could. She was courageous. She took risks, and she created this amazing thing and was willing to be seen. So I'm going to leave you with this. If you have a mission and a vision, and I know you do because we all do, your next thing, that gets to become bigger than your fear of being seen, your fear of possibly speaking or being vulnerable. When we hold that, whatever that is, that gets to be bigger. And then along the way, taking risks, learning new skills, doing new things. The people that stop taking risks, that don't take risks, and the fear becomes bigger than the mission, that's when we start to emotionally atrophy. So you're amazing. You get to be seen. And that's like thinking today, like, what is my next step? What do I get to do? What's my vision? And how am I going to get there? No, not even how I'm going to get there. Just, I'm going to get there by being vulnerable and allowing myself to be seen. All right. My name is Beth Osmer. And if you'd like to check out that, go to the elephantsanctuary.com it's in Tennessee. It's so cool. The stories of the elephants are just like, it'll break your heart and inspire you all at the same time. All right. My name is Beth Osmer, and I'll see you next Tuesday.